A Denver radio preacher has been telling a woman that God is going to get her if she doesn't agree to pay more than $100,000 to him and his friends. Preacher Kim Miller says he's just doing God's work, but our I-team has learned he's demanding cash contributions from a woman whose family is involved with his ministry.
I felt a great sense of urgency and danger for my daughter and her children.
Sherry Clark says her son-in-law joined a religious group called Concerned Christians for Colorado several years ago. Kim Miller runs that ministry from his home in South Denver. He tapes his sermons and broadcasts them on radio stations across the country. One station here in Denver canceled the show after Miller made statements like this.
America is Satan's kingdom, counterfeiting the true earthly kingdom of God to come from Israel.
Sherry disagreed with Miller's teachings. She confronted him at one of his Bible study sessions. Miller arranged a meeting with her, and he began speaking to her in what he claimed was the voice of God.
His words were, "The Lord is angry with you, angry, angry, angry." And I'm repeating things in 3, 3, 3s because of the Trinity, Trinity, Trinity. And he said, to be forgiven and to be in God's grace again, the way you can do that is write out a check to Concerned Christians for $40,000.
Later, Sherry recorded a telephone conversation with Miller. He told her God wanted her to write several checks, and he said the amount of money was going up.
He originally said $40,000 to Dave and Sue, $10,000 to Mark Molessi, $10,000 to Concerned Christians. He's been upset, so he doubled it.
Who's been upset?
The Lord.
The grand total of the heavenly financial demands was $120,000.
I think he's deluded himself into thinking that he's a prophet, and he's got to get money from people in order to make his prophecies come true.
I-team producer John Fosholt went to Miller's home to talk to him about the demands from God.
The Lord wanted me to go tell her that because he wants her to change her heart and really understand what it means to pick up her cross and follow Jesus Christ.
Now, in what form did God speak to you about this and tell you this?
He speaks through my mouth. Yeah, he just tells people like, I guess, Old Testament prophets of the old days, and he speaks through my mouth.
Miller says other people have paid the money demanded by God.
Have you told them that God would get them if they didn't pay?
No, not in those types of words, because the Lord basically told them you need to humble yourselves. It's time to begin helping get out the truth, and that's what has happened.
Legal experts tell us it's hard to say if Miller is doing anything illegal because he's not making explicit threats. He is simply saying God is going to get Sherry Clark if she doesn't pay up. Sherry says she's certain that Miller isn't speaking for God because God knows she doesn't have that kind of money.